Hi everyone, Cinderay9 here. Welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Heroes: Trails in the Sky. Let's keep going. Really wanted to get through with this today, but it's not going to happen. So I think this will be my last recording for today. Yes. When I said several episodes ago that, oh, this is the start of a new recording day, I meant it. And this is the end. I didn't forget to say, oh, this is the end. So, recording these in bulk. Save here. Oh! This must be the royal keep. I see. Who are you? Hey, you two. We're here as guests of the Duke. Is this where Her Majesty lives? Of course it is. For the last few days, she hasn't been feeling so well. She's not seeing anyone right now. Oh, you've got it all wrong. We weren't even thinking of that. I just thought it'd be amazing if she were to even take notice of us. Does Princess Chaldea sleep here as well? No, it's just... Hey. The princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has the time to deal with the likes of you. Might I inquire as to what's going on here? Madam, we didn't know you were back already. The dinner party will be starting soon, so I'll be returning to the maid quarters. And who are our guests? They're from the team that won the martial arts competition. It's only because of that victory that someone of a bracer social standing would even be invited here. You're lucky I can't do anything, punk. A bracer social standing? Such discourtesy! You would insult those who were personally invited to the royal castle? No, that's not what... Those invited by the Duke should be treated with all the respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope you have not forgotten that. Understood. Wow, she's intense. Wonder who she is. That would be the head maid. I am more than... I'd put all the mirror I have, over 100K I have. I would bet that she's the head maid. She is in charge even when she's, even though she's, you would say just the maid, she's the head maid, she's in charge. Other than the Majesty. Other than Her Majesty. But, madam, we can't just allow them to pass. Surely you understand the reasons that the Colonel laid out. Yes, and I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. She keeps everybody in line. I'm terribly sorry, sir and madam. Security has been heightened, and as such, the royal keep and its surroundings are off limits. If I may ask, would you mind waiting in your room until the dinner party begins? All right. That's fine. We'll do as you ask. I apologize. We weren't trying to cause any trouble. Fine then. Just don't let it happen again. Death stare. Safe return to you. Recognize. I apologize that you were subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. Ding ding! I'm the head maid of Grancel Castle, and I oversee all of the housekeeping duties, aka everything that comes with, like, keeping the castle running. She makes sure it keeps running. Aha! We had a feeling, yeah. Huh? Forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted? No, but, well, someone told us about you. Hand? Hmm? I know this handwriting. You see? We also have our bracer emblems and identification with us, so we can show we are who they say probably the letter says we are. I see. Please, come with me to the maid's sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we are there. Of course. I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty, correct? Right. If now's not a good time, we could try later, but... No, it's not an issue. But those special ops men have had the row keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and hired attendants such as myself were allowed in. Which means that a private audience is probably a no-go. What do you think, Estelle? We could ask Hilda to relay the professor's message to Her Majesty. No, I'd really rather speak to her face-to-face. There are just too many particulars we don't know that we really need to discuss directly. Like what Duke Dunnan and Colonel Richard are after. Estelle and Joshua, I have a bit of an idea. Could I get you to return here once the dinner party is over? Why? Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty? I believe I have. It may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready, so can you come back after the dinner party? Awesome! Understood. We'll be back then. I'll be waiting. Food prep is done, so I think we'll be serving shortly. For now, it's probably best if you wait in your room. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Let's head back to our room then. Save. That glare she gave the special ops man. You don't want any part of that. That's like when, you know, a mother or grandmother gives that glare. You don't want any part of that. Hey guys, talk about being late. Party's about to start, you know. Hey Zane. Sorry, we got so caught up in sightseeing we lost track of time. Plus, we also talked to all of the mayors. Huh? Well, aren't we well connected? Yes, yes we are in a way. Thankfully. We're close friends with the mayors of Roland, yep. Plus, we've met the other mayors in the course of our travels. I don't know, I'd like to think we're pretty close to Mayor Maybell, because that story went on for a while. Ah, I see. I guess your work as bracers has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure get around for junior bracers. Right? We need to become full-fledged bracers, so we can be senior bracers. You might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Gransel? I guess it's not all that different in other countries, right? Right. For a full-fledged bracer, nationality isn't an issue when it comes to your work. Prelim fights and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't so bad. Yeah. Normally, that would be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. Yeah. But with all them concentrated in Gransel, that must make it tough to handle any cases in other regions. Yeah, could be. I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. Wonder what's going on with Shara back in Roland. Oh, that's a good question. Now, that name rings a bell. Wait, really? Are you serious, Zane? You wouldn't be happy to talk about Sherazard, would you? You know Shara? Yeah. What? You know her? She's our mentor, and she's been a close friend for ages. Oh, okay, makes sense. I met her a long time ago when a case brought her to Calvard. She was fortunate enough to have a good master working with her from a young age. Yeah, she did. The man, apparently, Cassius Bright. Her master? Yeah, probably Dad. Oh, food time! Please pardon me. The table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way? Sure, I was getting bored with waiting anyhow. Alright, wanna go and eat fancy? Yeah, sure. Sure, that fight left me starving. Let's go dig in! Come on, you two. Oh my god, they're gonna eat the place clean. It would be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once. Oh man, everybody's here. This is a dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates then? Ah, Estelle. I see, when it comes to being fancy like this, you're served. Like, people will come and serve the food. They'll do the appetizers first, and then they'll have the main course, then they'll bring dessert. It's a fancy thing. Plenty of knives and forks, though. Yeah. Like, you have a special fork for this, a salad fork. It's super complicated. Seriously, I just need one fork. That's because it's a formal dinner. Everything comes out in a specific order, starting with hors d'oeuvres. Ah, yes, hors d'oeuvres. I should have used that instead of appetizers. Fancy, sorry. Let me keep my pinky in the air while I do this whole thing too, so I can feel fancy. Then you use the knives and forks from the outside in. Right. And that's all part of having good table manners? Yeah, just go with it, Estelle. And here comes the anxiety attack. It's really not so bad. Yeah, you have everybody here to help you. Like, seriously, it's cool. You literally know everybody here. Everybody that's sitting down right now, you know. It does mean that you get to have some of the finest food available. Manners and etiquette are secondary. Indeed, indeed. I'm told you're acquainted with everyone who will be attending. Exactly! So don't worry about it. You know, if everybody wants to be fancy, they'll help you out. And if not, well, we just, you know, chillax. Just be cool. No need to get stressed out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess that's true. Please don't encourage her. On that note, is the gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and fork? I'm told that folks from the East usually eat with chopsticks. Oh, really? So they do that in this world, too? I am terrible with chopsticks. Anybody that's good with chopsticks, like, seriously, I have a lot of respect for you. I am no good with chopsticks. You've done your research. However, I'm a firm believer in the when in liberal, do as the librarians do policy. I'm not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork. Oh, that's very nice of you, Zane. My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed. You're as much a gentleman as you are a martial arts champion. That he is. He really is. You flatter me. Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face. That he is too. And Mayor Mabel fits the bill on that one. I think he's being more polite than alleged, though. Yeah, this time. Also true. Anyway, His Excellency is really late. Wonder what he's up to. Indeed. So if the seat at head of the table is for the Duke, then who might the other one be for? Oh, I can guess. Would it be the almighty Colonel Richard, I would assume? Indeed. Perhaps it's intended for Princess Claudia. No, that'd be too good. Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the long delay. Presenting His Excellency, the Duke. Of course. Well then, I must apologize for making you wait so. I'm afraid I was in a meeting which I simply could not break away. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, Commanding Officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with the terrorist situation. It is a pleasure to meet you all. I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by our Honorable Duke. It was child's play to be invited to this. Richard, you and me both know it. I ask that you pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you. And of course, your aide, the captain, will be standing by you, of course. You've got to be kidding! We're having dinner with him? I suspected this might happen. It's still unnerving. Yeah, I bet. Do I get to see all the courses? Please, I'm actually genuinely curious. No, kind of, unless those are like dishes you pull up, it kind of looks like we're already at dessert. Looks like everybody's having wine except for our two younger people, the two bracers, and it looks like they're having some sort of juice, I would assume. Although, I don't know. You know, it's just that the only reason I say that is because theirs are colored differently than everybody else's. Everybody else looks to be having, like, red wine, while they're having, you know, something non-alcoholic. Excellent, excellent. What say you, Mayor Maybell? What do you think of Gransel Castle's master chef? Is his cooking not on par with that found in Bose's Antero's restaurant? Your restaurant. Yes, it's quite remarkable. The wine selection also perfectly complements the meal. I almost want to try hiring him away. I don't know if... We know she's loaded. She's got tons of cash. But, being the royal chef, I don't know if you'd be able to pull that off, Maybell. I won't say it's impossible because you all know how much I like Maybell. You are not the first to say such things. And what of you? Zane, was it? Is the food to your liking? Oh, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a real taste for Liberian cuisine, though. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. And you, young braces? I imagine you've never experienced such fine food in your life before. It's extremely delicious. Far more worthy of being associated with the royal family than the person who invited us. Indeed, it is a genuine treat. It's certainly delicious food, and we couldn't miss a chance to attend so prestigious an event as this. Thank you very much for your gracious invitation. You got some guts, Estelle. He wouldn't have got it anyway. He's too dense. But that was a good, you know, good high fastball there. No, because then you would have been like seen it coming. No, it was more like, you know, a pitch he never saw coming. Anyway, how very kind of you to say so. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about. We met before, during the ruin incident. Perhaps our fates are linked in some bizarre fashion. Yes, sir. Maybe so. So he'd forgotten all about us until his butler reminded him. Come, let us put social classes and ranks aside for the evening. Food is abundant and the wine flows freely, so enjoy to your heart's content. Your Excellency, if we could, I'd like to do as we discussed first. Discussed, aka, I told you we're doing this. Kind of. You can't strong-arm the Duke. He's too pompous for that. You just made him, oh, this is your idea, type thing. Oh, trust me, the ways I can manipulate Duke Dunnan. Ah, yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to you fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use this celebration as the place to make an important announcement. An announcement? What might that be? I believe I will allow Colonel Richard to explain in detail, because I can't remember everything he told me. Thank you. As you are, no doubt, already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health of late. However, she has been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon. Ah, that's excellent news. Could we possibly go and check in on her? Unfortunately, she does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. Convenient. Within a few days, it seems likely that the terrorists plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebrations will be held as originally planned. Well, the citizens will surely be happy to hear this news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely that's not all you wish to tell us. Right. If that were all, you could have just sent along a message. Indeed, you are correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover, as was previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. Due to her tenuous health, she has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne and turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Dunnan. And all the exclamation points hit. Called it. What? Is this true? Joshua, this is... Yep, his master plan. Yeah, the conspiracy finally makes its appearance. I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail. It's only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading it through times of strife and war, all without a husband, might I add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties, following the festival's successful conclusion. As the heir to the throne, the decisions are mine to make, aka they're Colonel Richard's to make. How terrible. Is Her Majesty's condition truly that severe? I'm ashamed that I've never noticed any signs in any of my annual visits. Suspicious, isn't it not? Or is it not? Sorry. Isn't this far too serious a matter to discuss at what's supposedly a casual dinner? Yeah, right? Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch. What? Cruelty? Wow, Maybell, you fired out a word I don't know. I would assume like credibility, just common sense? Mayor Maybell, are you saying that you cannot take His Excellency at his word? No, nothing of the sort. I simply mean that, as an elected official, I don't understand why the successor to the throne can't be elected in the same fashion. That's true. If possible, I'd like to hear this directly from Her Majesty. Your unease is quite understandable, but we do ask that you try to maintain your composure and allow us to continue. As mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Could you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then? Well, the issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. Riot? The people that have met Duke Dunnan? Riot? This is why we're telling the leaders first, to help stave off any chaos or public disorder before that happens. This was also the decision of His Excellency, aka my decision, because I'm playing this all out in my head, and I'm playing this all out 7 steps ahead. Well, yes, this is true. Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. The other nations on the continent will have their eyes on us, and we must be watchful for any action on the part of the Erbonians. Surely you can see why it is necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living, where I have him as a puppet and I will be the ruler. Oh, I'm sorry, I was tapping what's in his head. Yeah, all the leaders are like, They're all looking like, I don't know about that. He makes it all sound so rational. Yeah, he's quite the master manipulator. That he is, but you have a lot of wise people here too. In other words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebrations. But you thought it'd be best to inform us first, so that we could prepare for any issues that may arise. Correct? I'm glad to see we have an understanding. If this all comes to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy. Yes, and we'll have to announce it to the citizens. I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is there not another who also has the same right to succession? Well, no doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. It is true that she and His Excellency have an equal claim to the throne, but it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age. And I must say, I agree with her wisdom in this matter, because I can't manipulate her like I can Duke Dunnan. I should hardly like to impose such responsibility upon a girl so young. Yes, absolutely. For the time being, I believe it would be best for Claudia to find a fine marriage prospect. Or if all else fails, though it's strictly informal, there is already interest from the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year. Oh my. I understand. If that happens, then we'll have 2 major events to celebrate. I honestly think she's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me, may I ask a question? Zane? I don't mind, speak freely. Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't sound like the kind of conversation you'd want outsiders hearing. Particularly a foreigner. So how come you're making this announcement now? Well played, Zane. Well played. That is solely because of this serendipitous turn of events that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the guild of this in advance as well. Oh, you smooth! Again, several steps ahead. Oh, that was smooth, Richard. That was smooth. You indeed would be a worthy opponent. I've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty. Gotcha. I guess Liberals, military, and bracers are in just as good a term as the stories say. Ha! That is because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. The harsh reality is that keeping close relations with each other is a must. Because they're the only ones that can stop my plans. In any event, do you now understand our intentions? Yeah, alright. We'll pass on what we've learned here to the guild then. We will do just that for sure. Man, I've heard some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not that a big a deal for me. I bet that was huge news for you guys, though. Of course it was! I can't believe things have gone this far already! Again, 90%. Over 90%. Huh? Never mind. Really, what a shame. That food was so amazing, and it practically melted in my mouth. Couldn't tell what that last flavor was, though. Understandable enough. But anyway, did you want to go for a walk to work off some of that rich food, Estelle? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air. You just wanted to play tourist a little while ago, and now you want to take an after-dinner walk? I sure don't get it. Must be a local thing. I think you're exaggerating a little bit. You haven't gone out to take in the sights? There are a lot of historic architecture around here, you know. If the mood hits me, I may still give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may still have some food left over. See, I like where Zane's mind is at. Yeah. You gotta be kidding. You're still hungry? If you had a blade to my throat, my dying wish would be for some liquor and a snack. Might go and hunt up a bar or something in a little bit. Ah, there is one. I actually know where it's at. See you, Zane. Bye. Things have gotten serious. We really have to find a way to get in to see Her Majesty. Yeah, for sure. First things first. We go talk to the head maid Hilda like we promised. She probably knows a way for us to speak directly to the Queen. Fine by me. Indeed. Can we? Oh, we can talk to the mayors again. Excellent. What a shock this banquet has been. Duke Dunnan as official successor to the throne. If anything could bring on a migraine, it's that. Yeah. Yeah. Mrs. has yet another worry to wrinkle her brow. Well, hopefully I can get rid of that wrinkle. Mayor? I can't believe the Queen's so worried she's considering abdication. And Princess Claudia's choosing a husband? At her age? Events are unfolding so quickly, I hardly have time to react. Yeah, he's got to push the plan forward after all. Dean? Colonel's points are all very logical and rational. But I believe it would be best to get the particulars from Her Majesty and Her Highness the Princess directly. Exactly, something this huge, you want to hear it, as the saying goes, from the horse's mouth. You want to hear it directly from the people. Castle blueprints are missing. Really? Boy, I like absolutely none of this. See, that was, Mayor Maybell. What? Oh, hi! Not who I wanted to run into. Colonel Richard? Estelle and Joshua. This is our first opportunity to truly speak face to face, I believe. Last time we saw one another was right after Mayor Dalmore was arrested, right? I'm honestly surprised that you remember us. You have a silver tongue, Joshua, but Richard's been at this game longer. I don't know if you can keep up. I realize that we exchanged few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity was piqued, so I did a bit of checking up on you. I was quite surprised to learn that you were the children of Colonel Cassius. How'd you find that out? Please understand, I'm not trying to show off the Intelligence Division's capabilities. Yes, you are. I'm greatly indebted to him from our time together in the army. Boy, you use words as well as a warrior uses a sword, Richard. Indeed, more than words can properly express. Might I persuade you to stay a while and talk? I've been hoping to speak with you two for quite some time now. Huh? Pardon me, Colonel, but don't you have a meeting with His Excellency? I don't mind being a bit late. Ah, yes. If we're going to talk, why don't we use the lounge inside? I'll mix you up a couple of virgin cocktails. I'll prepare them, sir. No, that won't be necessary. I want you to go to His Excellency and inform him that I'll be delayed. Yes, sir. Get out. Boy, that stare. Pardon me, then. Now then, shall we retire to the lounge? Please, follow me. Oh, this is gonna be good. Joshua, what should we do? I don't see we have much choice but to follow him. We'll be a little late. We can talk to the headmaid later. Yeah. We're just gonna have to do this. Hoo boy. I met Cassius shortly after I graduated from the military academy. I was assigned to a mobile unit that was under his command. And since that time I found myself in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally. He did? And, what did you think of him at the time? To put it simply, he was a hero. And a master swordsman, to boot. I want to see it! No matter the scenario, he could find a way to handle any number of battlefronts in every direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics. He understood and could direct high-level strategy as well. That's really impressive. I like to think of myself as a pretty good tactician, but he'd probably have me beat. Quite simply, he was a man without peer. If I didn't know better, I'd say we were talking about two different people. So you were with our father during the 100 Days War? Yes. He was my CO. Even now, I can still vividly remember the excitement that filled me as we executed his plan that turned the war's tide. Anytime I get to talking about those days, time just runs away with me. But this much I can tell you. If Cassius Bright had not been part of the Royal Army, Libra would now be part of the Ebonian Empire. You're saying he single-handedly turned the war around. That's... whew. That's big time. I am not a tactician and strategist of quite that caliber. No way! That's kind of hard to believe. Well, as a hero, he had a knack for doing unbelievable things. He left the army immediately after the war, even declining a medal from the Queen. So few know of his achievements. But inside the army, many soldiers still hold him up as the prime example of what a hero should be. Wow, a lot of people in the military still look up to him. He never said one word about any of this to me. Well, it's not really the kind of thing you tell your daughter about. It's not fair to criticize him for that. Hey, whose side are you on? Besides, why doesn't any of this shock you like it shocks me? Did you already know about all this or something? Well, I didn't know that he was Colonel Richard's superior officer. The rest I knew about. Vaguely. Vaguely? You're an accomplice? Hey, calm down. It's not like he told me any of it. I just figured a lot of it out. He told me he didn't feel it was something worth going out of his way to tell others about. I just don't get it. When he comes back, he is so in trouble. Please excuse us. We didn't mean to interrupt. No. Seeing you like this is actually a bit of a relief. When I found out that your father was intending to leave the military, I desperately tried to stop him. But it seems that by leaving, he did what was best for himself after all. After losing his dear wife, maybe being with you was all that could help him recover. Colonel Richard. Now then, I thank you for taking the time to come here. I really can't keep the Duke waiting, so I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. Oh, all right. Our apologies for making you so late. Not at all. You both have told me the one thing I wanted most to know. And thus, I have no regrets. Huh? How's that again? I'm sure we'll have a chance to speak again soon. Cassius might even be there with us then, to share in the stories. Oh, you're good. Okay. Who was that man, and what has he done with Colonel Richard? What are you blabbing about now? It's just that it's weird to hear him talk about Dad that way. I wasn't expecting him to be so, well, nice. He still looks up to the man. It's that much is clearly evident. True. He doesn't seem all that villainous anyway. Oh, but he is. Even so, pretty much a far-gone conclusion that he's got something up his sleeve. Oh yeah. Something. You might want to add an S to that, Joshua. If he's half the tactician that I think him to be, add an S to that. For now, we should probably put the issue of Dad aside. Yeah, I guess you're right. And I hate to say it. But I think that he might have been playing nice, just because he could get something out of it. Uh-huh. He's an intelligence officer, so he probably thinks that fooling a couple of kids is as easy as could be. Don't you think that's going a little too far? No. You're not going far enough, Joshua. You might be right. Let me be the one who's mistrustful of others. You should just follow your instincts and believe in whatever you think is right. Yeah, it's your strong suit, Estelle. Huh? But just make sure you're prepared for anything. Don't let your guard down. I'd say it's a bracer's job. I'd say a bracer's job? is pretty much that, in fact. Okay, I got it. I'll keep it in mind. Thank you, Estelle. Thank you? Thank you thanking me for? Anyway, we need to go back and see Hilda. She's probably sick of waiting for us. Yeah, should be in the maid's quarters. Should be. Ugh. I think that does it for me today. So, a lot happened this episode. Big developments, and it seems Colonel Richard's plan is starting to unfold. But, being the tactician he is, I'm sure he has more than a few cards up his sleeve. So we'll have to be wary. Next time, we go to the mage's quarters and speak with Hilda. See if we can't see the queen. Hopefully so. Until then, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a lot of fun. I get the feeling that this game is kind of hurtling toward it's heading to its conclusion, which is a shame because now it's really starting to get good. So, till the next episode, I'm Cinder89. Remember to shoot for the stars and take care, everyone.